Speaker. Thank you for granting this urgent question, and can I congratulate my friend, the member for Birmingham Northfield, for securing it. I join him in welcoming the independent UN investigation into violence in Gaza. And while we have already heard debate about the wording of the resolution agreed by the Human Rights Council, I have to say, as I did last week, that debate is frankly immaterial as long as the objective of setting up an independent investigation is achieved. So, the issue today is why the British government, which claimed repeatedly last Tuesday to support that objective, chose 3 days later not to vote for it. And the crux of that decision was made clear in the government's statement on Friday, which called for the Israeli authorities to be allowed to conduct their own so-called independent inquiry. And if that sounds like a contradiction in terms, Mr. Speaker, I'm afraid we shouldn't be remotely surprised. After all, this is the government that says Saudi Arabia should be allowed to investigate itself for bombing weddings in Yemen. This is the government that says Bahrain should be left to investigate itself for torturing children in prisons. Time and time again we see this. If you're an ally of the government, you get away with breaking international law with impunity, and you can also be allowed to be your own judge and jury too. And before the Minister of State gets up and extols the virtue of the Netanyahu government, can I remind him of the last occasion that that government was allowed to investigate itself over an alleged breach of international law? July 2014. 4 children blown to pieces on Gaza beach while playing hide-and-seek in a fisherman's hut. And the resulting investigation? A blatant piece of nonsense, full of basic untruths, exonerating the IDF completely and saying that the old fisherman's hut was in fact a Hamas compound. That is what an investigation, an independent investigation by Israel looks like, and that, instead of an international commission of inquiry, is what this government on Friday decided to support, and that, Mr. Speaker, is nothing short of a disgrace.